Okay, shall we continue? Now we have how to make to reevaluate the fixed assets. Okay, let's go to our fixed asset. Let me close this first. Okay. This is our assets which we created today, right? For this asset, let us do one. Let us first make a depreciation of assets. If we need to make a depreciation of assets, we'll go to depreciation proposal. Okay, let me take the number first. Okay, we'll go to depreciation proposal, right click, then we'll select create depreciation proposal. Yeah, it's recording starting. From the list, you can select the book ID. This is the book ID. An object, will select our object. We will depreciate and we'll check the depreciation result. Okay, we'll depreciation for period 8. Okay, this is the depreciation amount. Okay, this is the depreciation amount. If you remember, we have the asset cost, I think 150 Egyptian pound divided by 80 months. Okay,
هو اصلا المشكله اصلا ان احنا مش عارفين الانتجريشن دي اذا كانت خلاص اوكي ولا
for 30 years. Okay, for 8 years. Okay, this is the calculation of the assets. Okay, this is our asset. Okay, yeah, this is for the system will make a depreciation based on the object. Let's go to object. This is the book. Okay, in book you will see the depreciation method. This is, we need to depreciation for 6 years 8 months. Okay, the asset based amount, this is the asset based on. Okay, then we have to define this to how many months? 6 years plus 8 months. 80 صح? It's 80. 6 feet into 12 plus 80. No, sorry. No, 80?
6 years, 8 months, I said.
Yes. Okay, so this is the how the system calculate the depreciation. If we go to depreciation proposal, depreciation proposal, this is the one. Check the value. Okay, this is the value of depreciation. 1754.03. Okay, after we make a depreciation, we authorize the depreciation. Okay, this is authorized, then you can post depreciation proposal. Usually the system will post the transaction at the end of the month date. It's okay. Voucher has been created. Now assume you want to reverse this transaction. We go to manual voucher entry. We'll see the voucher entry and then we can roll back.
No, it's by common sense.
Okay, this is voucher type A. Depreciation account debited and accumulated depreciation credited. Correct? Okay. Now, if you want to, you can roll back the transaction for this depreciation proposal.
From the voucher you will roll back or from
No, I will show you now. Financial fixed assets. Transaction object function. Rollback. See, we have this rollback object transaction. Okay. This is, you can roll back any fixed assets transaction by using this window. We search for our object. This is the depreciation and the period. Right click, then you roll back. Shall I do? Okay. Now it's rolled back. You can see the transaction and voucher entry. F3. Okay. This is the last entry. This is accumulated depreciation debited and depreciation expense debited credited. Okay. This is for rollback.
can we see the object now?
Yeah, you want to see the transaction or
Transaction.
sorry?
The transaction in the object side for the
Okay, let us go to object. You want to see the transaction, you mean? This is object analysis. Okay, sorry. We'll go to object balance analysis. This is our object. This is the transaction. Okay. You can go to object balance analysis. This is accumulated depreciation and this is the price.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, we can see all the transaction on our object. Why it's coming like this? It's our object. Let me check. This is our object, right?
Did you post the transaction? Did the evaluation?
Yes.
Did you post it?
I don't make revaluation still.
Sorry, I don't know.
I just create a project and depreciate it. Okay, I want to see the object analysis reports.
Okay.
We can go to Object transfer, object analysis. Select this one.
Can you go please to object analysis again?
Yes, I will open the two. I want to see figure. This is our object number 7. See, this is the rollback, rollback, and we have, this is the acquisition transaction. Okay, you can see all this one, you can see the detail accounting transaction. Okay, this is the account, this is the amount. Okay, we have, this is the transaction happen. Okay,
Can you go please to
we'll go to,
analysis?
yes, we'll go to object, this one.
Balance analysis.
Sorry. Object transaction,
No, balance.
balance up. Where is it? Balance analysis, this is one. You want to see this?
Yes, okay.
Let us see this.
Okay, go to the description, please.
Okay,
Search here. Search for car.
what car? F3. I don't get you. Here?
Yes, in the description search.
Okay. It was distribution, huh? This we have distribution car 1, and we have, this is our asset.
Why did you not found?
Sorry?
Return back to the screen. The search.
You can select from here. Okay. Cancel. Search. Before, when I open it, I need to refresh the screen because it was open before. That's why it shows 0, 0, zeros. Okay? If you are opening the page, you have to refresh it. So when I open it, I don't refresh it. That's why I show zeros. Okay? Now we'll go to, if you need to change the value of assets, the fair value. Okay? We need to change the fair value as per market value. We will go to object function. In object function, we have one function called change net value, or object operations, object value, and we have add investment. We'll search for our object. Okay, let me search. Not this screen, sorry. Object function should be. fixed assets. If we need to change the object value, we go to object function, right? Then object change net value.
Object operations.
This one, object operation. This one. First
Object operations.
operations. Okay. I don't see it.
This text is not suitable for you. I have only one because I don't know if it's suitable. What is your iPad?
I don't know. No data found. No, I want to change the net value. Change the net value progress.
Yeah. Did you right click and do the net value there?
Where?
In that window.
Change net value. No, still
Right click.
change.
What do you want to do?
I want to change the net value.
Okay, that's what I go to change object value.
Yes. This I'm looking for. Okay, sorry, this is our car. Okay, let me query for the same, so it will be one. Okay, this is our car, distribution car. If we need, we go to this change object value, right click. When we press right click, we find we have many options, either to change the acquisition value, change net value, or we can change acquisition value, or we can add investment. If you want to add some amount to the investment to the asset, we can add investment. For us, we need to change the value as per market value. Just we'll press change net value. You can change the net value or the asset book value by percentage. If you press percentage, then the value here you specify, for example, 10%. So the system will increase the asset by 10%. Or you can use amount. Then here you put the amount. Okay? If we need to increase by percent, let us say it's increased by 20%. Okay, started from 1st of August. Then you can specify the reason. Of course, we need to specify the reason for this transaction which we will do, for adding investment, for changing the net value or acquisition value. Just I will use the existent the object has object transaction with even date later than. That means the system give me warning, because we have, if you remember, we have a depreciation and the system have transaction on the GV in general. So I need to go to and post this transaction. This is the first one. I posted to GL, and I post another one. This is the two transactions which we create for depreciation and reversal. Go again. Let us do change net value. Change net value. Okay, by percent. Let's say 20%, and the acquisition value, and we select the reason. Then we'll press OK. Okay, we have to depreciate we have, if we want to change the net value, the system also give you error message. For example, you have to make depreciation up to that date. So we just change the date 10%. We'll put it on the, for example, date, today's date. List, okay. Okay. So we need to make a depreciation before we change the net value. Let me again go to the object functions, make a depreciation, preparation of proposal. I will make one depreciation for period 8. Right click, create depreciation, book ID. Okay. Then authorize, then post. We go to GL. Make a query for A. We have the last one, last will post. Now we'll go to object operation, change net value. Percent, 20%. It should work now. Now this is the transaction for changing the value. I add 20%. Okay. Now our acquisition value before it was 150 pound. Then we have a depreciation. Then we'll add 20%. This is the 20% added to the amount. So my asset now become 178,245. Now I have to post create transaction. Yeah, create transaction. I have posting Fab 16 is missing. Okay. This is, there is no posting control for Fab 16. There is no posting control for Fab 16. Fab 16 does not exist. Would you mind? Fine. We need to define one posting type called Fab 16. This is the balance accounting. We have to specify account. Which account shall I use for to increase the asset? Should be the same fixed assets account, right? Yeah, we'll define the necessary posting control. The debit side and the credit side.
variable defined here.
Yeah, in posting control. If the posting control is missing, the system cannot create a transaction. Yeah. We'll use FAB16 and FAB16 for assist group. We'll select object group.
Copy from FAP file.
Copy from.
Search by page FAP file.
Okay, it's really. What is the number?
FAP file.
FAB5. Okay, this is for. Okay, copy.
Copy details are up here. And copy to FAP.
16.
Yeah.
Include.
Include.
Okay.
And copy the other lines also.
It is FAB15.
No, the other FAP 5 lines also. Copy to FAP 16.
This is FAB5. Okay. What the other lines? This line.
Yeah.
One by one.
Highlight, duplicate, and change the posting. Duplicate it.
F6. Why? This is okay.
What is there?
It's tell me it's available. Would you mind check the control type already exists?
Then delete. Okay, then see.
Fab 16, right? We have one. Save and duplicate. Okay. Sorry. We link it to depreciation, FAB 16.
Yeah, when you copy it, or when you copy it.
Yeah, this is the correct direction of the
Yeah.
account. Okay.
Yeah. That is accumulated depreciation, right? I click and go.
Balance account.
Balance accounting.
That's expense account. Oh, okay. Expense account.
Expensive.
Wrong, right? Shall I delete?
Yeah, I will correct it.
Okay. And we have 15 maybe. FAB 15 is count. FAB 15 is also not defined. Don't delete, let me copy it please.
I have done it.
15. I want
No, I have done it.
16 and 15. Okay. change net value.
No, one second, give me 1 second.
Okay, it's not 516. Okay, this is correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Done? Okay. And fab 15. Okay. Okay. Now let us go to change net value. We can now create a transaction. Valid code demand for 123080001 account. Okay. What is the account number? Sorry. ألف ومئتين وثلاثين ثمانية آلاف واحد. 1230 8000 واحد. 1230 8000 واحد. Why it's all blocked? Okay. Right click, create transaction. Fab 30 is missing. Fab 30 is missing.
I thought you were just asking me for this, no?
For change, I don't know, I make 3 fab 30. No, sorry, I don't make this one. Do? Sorry.
What should be the account for revaluation in PN? Revaluation, or it should be the account in PN?
If you want to revalue the accounts, profit and loss account,
Account code you mean?
Why did you reply that
if you want to change the asset value, okay, I thought first time was one.
So that is
Yes. I assume it's straightforward. Okay.
I don't see any account. Do you have any account?
Don't see any
Make a note of it, and for the time being, we'll
Yeah.
define one. It should come under where? Which heading? It should come under which heading?
We can ask Dr. Osho.
account code for fixed asset evaluation.
هلا انت بدك تغير قيمة الأصل للفير فاليو أو الماركت فاليو. شو الحساب بدك تستخدمه؟ بدك تزيد قيمة الأصل المدين ما الجانب الدائم.
طبعا عمري ما استخدمت الحساب ده.
Don't use it.
I've never evaluated my
Yeah.
assets.
Because in our existing fixed asset, we did not revalue, so we're not using this account.
But it may be fixed as an evaluation.
Under which heading should I define? Under which heading can we define?
يعني تحت أي جروب من
Which category?
yes.
Right? Evaluation of assets.
Financial income and cost.
Profit and losses from fixed assets. Okay, gain and losses. Let us use this.
Other
Okay?
gain and losses.
You can use.
Yeah, you can make it other.
Okay.
Yes.
For the time being, we'll link it to the extraordinary income.
Yeah, we have, I think, one account in the chart for
Okay,
Extraordinary income.
Extraordinary income.
Love is related to sale.
Yeah.
not related.
Extraordinary.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
Extraordinary, go to return in. No problem.
Okay. Just for the mean, you can specify what account you need.
China.
Thank you.
كل حوار كان فيه 700 تسجيل ل 750 في شيء كان يعني في وقتها مع هندو مع حلو كل شوي 750 تسجيل 750 هم نفس السيناريو.
So this is
التليفون واقع 700 تسجيل واقع انه فنفس الحركات.
this is the transaction of revalue the asset. Okay.
Extraordinary.
Yes. Credited and the accumulated depreciation debited. And this is extra income. Okay. This actually you need to define in chart of account. You have to select. If you have this case, you need to define account.
The result is accumulated depreciation.
Yes, depends upon yeah.
Accumulated depreciation means it you debited it. Yeah.
Right.
But he didn't touch the fixed asset.
No.
He goes through.
Yeah, I changed the, yeah, it will be changed. The value will be changed. Now if you want to make a depreciation,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We will adjust the accumulated depreciation to adjust the book value of the.
Yeah.
okay. This is okay. S46.
Yeah, it's, for me it's okay, and also it is
This if you want to change the
usable a lot.
if you want to change the fixed asset value to a fair value.
can't increase the value as per the standard. You can't increase the value of the asset as per the standard. You can only reduce, right?
But in our practice, we don't increase our.
Yeah,
Actually, nobody uses this function.
Except for land, I don't know. We can't use it.
الشركات عندنا مش عندنا كل
اوكي. الآن انت من تسوي إعادة تقييم للأصل. Shall I explain English or if you want to reevaluate the asset? So you have two options: either to increase the value, so the value of your books will be increased, so there will be a profit. Assume that you have an asset and you need to revalue. So if you just put minus, this will be less than the book value. This means you have to compare. I have a car now. Today's price, the book value of my car now, say 1,000. I will check the market value. It is maybe 900. So I have to make reducing the value, so it will be the same as market value. Okay?
Also, we can increase
Yeah,
the value.
as you know, we have one concept in accounting that the asset should be evaluated based on historical cost or
Market.
based on fair value, which is less. So to be keep the accounting reliable. Okay, this one.
If the car, sometimes after you make a depreciation for the car, and one time in the market, okay, your car value is very less, say like 3,000. And then in the market you can sell it and say 7 or 8,000. You can revalue it to
Yes, you will elevate him by minus or yes. Assume you have a car, your book value is 1,000.
sometimes
Your evaluate is 10,000.
Still is working, yeah,
Yeah, you can change the value, so you will increase your profit.
as market.
Okay,
Right.
same. It go vice versa. The other one is let us go to S48 because this is quite. Then we'll go to stock taking. How to make stock taking. We have the same asset. This is our asset, so we'll do all the transaction on it. We'll go to object itself. Okay, where is the object? This is the object. Assume you want to, you have some assets now. You want to change. Now it's in accounting department. You want to send it to sales department. So it is, you can transfer from one place to another place. To do that, we have inventory. See, this is the inventory. We need to change the physical location. Okay. Now you can reallocate this one. You just change and save.
Just change the cost of the.
Yes, this is from sales. You go send it to say treasury. Save.
But the old transaction will be there. The old transaction will be.
Will be the same. So if we're going to adjust a manual,
To adjust what?
we need to adjust if we change the cost center, say we mistakenly put it under not correct cost center, and then we correct it by we go in this one. And then our previous transaction, how are we going to adjust it?
It is you enter.
Either you can roll back the depreciation and post it again for this particular object.
So I will go back to that.
Roll back, but if the period is closed, you can't adjust the previous because that's why you close the period. Right? You need to adjust going forward.
So I
No,
will
but
just
you will
ask.
discover it when it is wrong. I mean, you will discover it wrong after the first appreciation or after 3-6 months, as example.
after
usually
6 months.
now new question, you will discover it because the rollback, if she discover it, yeah, let's say
You can
from
go
the
back.
first month, yeah, but after 6 months, let's say it's examined, I think there is.
Adjusting entry.
No, you can adjust only the current period because the
Yeah.
period you have closed it, right?
So if I'm going to correct my previous expense to correct cost center, how am I going to?
When the current period or the previous period?
Previous
Then
month.
you need to open the period. Okay, that is an internal decision. You need to open the period, then you can roll back the transaction and do the depreciation only for this
No, but
object.
the rollback here it will be for all transactions.
Yes.
No, you can roll back object by object.
Object by object.
If you go to the rollback window,
But the rollback even after the posting.
yeah, it will create a reversal voucher. But you cannot roll back in between, meaning there are like two transactions here. You cannot roll back move acquisition without rolling back the additional investment. Okay, you need to roll back from the latest and go back.
That means all transaction related to asset should be rollback.
For example, query for yesterday's object. And select the from the drop down, choose yesterday's object.
It was
19, then scroll down. This one before last.
one before last. This one.
Yeah, that one. Okay, you cannot come and roll back the depreciation without rolling back the sale.
Yeah, but now okay. Let's try to understand a little bit the question now. Yeah, now usually now if I buy the asset from the beginning, from the time when I purchase the asset, it is allocated from that time to the cost center. Am I right or no?
Mm.
Yes.
So before it is reaching the fixed asset module. So this error, if
No,
it is
it is-
huh?
No, it will be happening after from the fixed asset module. The object, if you connect the wrong cost center, then the depreciation will be charged to the wrong cost center.
So it's not, let's say, from the purchasing, let's say.
No.
We have reposting. So we can do reposting. Okay, this is
Okay, so if you identify the error on the first month before closing the period, you can roll back. Okay, then you identify it after 6 months that the period are closed. Okay, then you cannot go and correct those periods unless you take a decision to open the period and correct it. Okay, then if you roll back, it will be charged to this month. Then you need to charge the depreciation again for this month. You
Now,
understand?
so what I will do if I, let's say, as example, ignore the 6 months and make a manual JV and
You can do a manual JV will be blocked for these accounts. So you need to roll back here and do it. Because for control purpose, because you charge manual JVs, that's again an internal decision. If you want to let manual JVs passed, you can keep the ledger account unticked.
okay.
I don't know, so let's keep this scenario just like that. In the training, we will try it. Okay? In the training, just let's say, because I will consider it as a troubleshooting, let's say, something like this, no issue.
Okay. Second, if we need to make accounting at the end of the year, you need to make stock taking for your assets. So we'll go to create object physical count. We select the site. Okay. Let me select see the site. Okay, this is the site. Fixed asset site. Let me check first the site of my fixed assets.
فاكر اعتقد ان في ايميل قريته في الزمانات بينك وبين محمود يمكن اسف مش خاصه بالسيف عندكم في الاسم مش كل الريجستر مش خالص صح ولا يستخدمها؟ لا بس هو احنا متذكر كان في ايميل والشيء هذا عشان
سؤال
ممكن
Okay.
بس
If we need to create, if you need to create object physical count, we select which site from which site. You can create from which physical location to which physical location. You can exclude any rental expense, any fixes. You don't need to count it. Then you just press OK. Okay. Object physical count.
I know. Yes, when we do a physical count for an asset, this is different from the counting or physical
Inventory.
count of the inventory.
Yes.
And the two separate.
Okay. We have, this is the site, okay, from which object group. This is the information. Then you can print it. You can print or with all assets, and you can give it to the accountant who will count, actual count.
Yeah. How about the
Okay.
fixed asset tagging and the ID of the fixed asset?
Yeah, of course you can make tag, and but I will ask Sinto how they will. If you have a scanner, or you can do it. Yeah. Or barcodes, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. But now, for the meantime, you make.
Now usually we have, maybe not barcode, but the tag
في
like label.
في عندكم ريدر، في عندكم هاي هاند هيلد ليدر.
لا but
You can.
it's easy we can implement it. No?
زي هذا لازم أختار
احنا هلا في عندك اللابتوبس وهدول في عاملين عليهم
Barcodes.
ستيكر وهدول وشيء
You can use. Yeah, you
هلا
can.
مو باركود لا التاج نفسه مثلا اف ام 1 2 3
Yes, it will come. Yeah, yeah.
If we have the feature about the barcode, it will be better because
it's a close.
and now we don't know. Let's say the management will take it.
Yeah. Okay.
So how is the list of the fixes?
Okay, let's go to register. Because I select for one, you have, if you want to make counting, you have to define physical site for all assets. That's mean we have to define this building, headquarters, we have a meeting room, what is the available, then it will come. For example, yes. Yeah, because our assets which we create, it's not linked to a site. Second step, you can go and register the object physical count, or you can, in that screen, the first one, you can define assets one by one.
We take decision. We already started.
For example, this is the count status. Okay. For example, this is the physical count number 1 from object to which object. This is the object ID which I prepare. Okay.
Yes.
Object status exist.
They needed the barcode.
You got my point?
Yes.
Yes. So I make one for one assets, okay? Because you need to define and link your assets to a site and location, physical location. So this is the result. I'm registering the result. I have all the document with me, the counting paper. Then I will check this object ID, say exist or not exist. Because if you have more than one, it will appear 10. What is the actual? What is the actual?
If it
Should
does
be
not
one.
exist, what will happen? If you say missing, what will happen?
If you say missing,
Yeah.
Okay, let's save. Now this is, we have to, this is the custodian, Salim Ahmed. Okay. Then locate. Then you can scrap. If it does not exist, you can scrap. You can locate. This means during the register of assets, you don't find this laptop in this meeting room, and you find it in, for example, in executive. So you will change the location.
If you scrap it, won't have it.
Scrap, it will scrap the asset. The asset account will be reduced.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other account will be profit and loss account.
Okay. And what
Assets, yeah.
position what we have done? That also will be reversed.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Elias, I have a question. Regarding this
The,
asset related to this, if we buy asset like computer set, can I itemize it like
mouse.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you can do.
Where I can do that in the
Yeah.
object creation?
Yes, here. See, we have something main object.
Okay.
This main object can be related to child.
So where is it?
For example, let me duplicate this one. This is test. I will change the office equipment. It's okay. This is depreciation. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll save. This is laptop. Let's say it's our computer set. Any computer.
Yeah.
This is the min. Okay, I can define another one. I link it to, see, this the second one I will call it mouse or keyboard. So you will link
So my PO will be linked to this.
according to, yeah, if you define the BO with the same criteria, then it will come.
Because in my PO, one set of computer which composed of mouse,
But the question you need now, the question what the question when you buy a computer, you need to specify all these parts as a part of the computer, or you
So
just
we need to replace the mouse sometimes. We will not replace the computer.
But I don't know, usually mouse it is a part of your fixed assets.
no, because the value, but like
Yeah.
monitor,
Mm.
like for
Yeah, big value. So yeah, for big value you can do this. That means you can define this is the asset, my asset, this computer, say, yeah, and the other one it is it's like father and child relationship.
Now let's say as example, and this has happened with me, okay? We don't have that much strong fixed asset register
Mm.
here. So when I ask the people now if I resign, I should hand over or return my things.
Yes.
So the only thing which is appear now in the system, the laptop, although I have two mouse, I have a printer, I have a keyboard, I have a screen, I
Yeah.
have, okay, two USB or something, see how many things, okay? So I will say like there is the part plus accessories or the sub-components and external hard disk, let's say as
Yes.
example. So how we can record this? Because
This
I
one.
believe
Yeah.
يعني أنا also
This is the one. This is I define a computer.
parent and child.
Yes. This is
شايف أنت هون هو لك لازم يكون high value.
مش شرط. لا لا أنا بحكي عن accounting.
Okay, but now I can define the hard
Yes.
disk or let's say
Yes.
where.
أيوة شيء. هاي كمبيوتر. The system will take care. When you make a depreciation, you will make a depreciation for the whole.
لا لا. But let's say the things like the keyboard, the mouse, the USB, the external hard disk, this is here without the appreciation. It's miscellaneous or consumer.
No, we set a
And
limit.
depreciation for 1 year.
We set a limit for all assets, anything over $500.
Yeah, so this is
Expense. You can then see what we did here. You will define a computer, right? This is the main object. This is the main object. Then you define another one, for example, mouse, and link this mouse to main object. Let us see. This is mouse. Yeah, link to 1111.
And go to the general.
General.
لا. البوكسي ولا يكون الديبريشيشن انا
على نفس الاسيت نفسه.
لا بدي اشوف لما تعمل وين الفاليو تبعتها.
ليه we have when you buy the value will come. احنا بنحكي
5 درهم or 10
لا
درهم.
will not yeah. احنا بنحكي عن الكار. عندك distribution كار مثلا الكبيرة يعني مبالغ كبيرة. بس الاكسبنس شوف هون الايتم باجي انا بدل نورمال for mouse يا استاذ احمد for mouse we can select not normal if you need we don't need to make a depreciation on it. Okay, we select expense. See, expensed. That's mean mouse small thing you say expense. So you will keep it tracked. You keep it tracked for all your assets, either it's depreciated or not depreciated. And you can, of course, this is expense. Then you go to the inventory and who is the responsible, who is this asset with whom. He have 5 mouse, he have hard disk as you can print a report and see all information. Not only the main laptop, cables, all yeah. Okay.
You sure it will not run a depreciation for them?
Yeah, if you yeah,
let's just make
you have
just a small thing.
yes.
Create something for me and assign
Yeah.
the 2-3
See,
things
yeah.
and run that depreciation.
See, this is expense. You have to define it as expense. See, this is the expense. This is the explanation.
Just to make sure no, it will not calculate.
Yeah, it will not calculate. I will show you now.
So it's like spare part and instead of asset to be
Item expense, consumable expense. يعني انت بتعرفها بدك تسوي تراك عليها. انت في عندك يعني في عندك 10 ماوس مش رايح انت تسجل مثلا ماوس 80 you are not going to register as a fixed asset.
This is inventory item.
No, this is you register the fixed asset and do a depreciation for it. No. Okay, so it's expense. You define this expense and you link it to the main assets just to track that Elias have this asset with him.
But this in Egypt has
See,
we
not
received it as an inventory part.
Yeah.
Then you issue to specific department or cost center.
or we have see not depreciable. Not depreciable means that the object cannot be depreciated.
Okay, fine, but now if it is defining
If it is expense, see, expense
Yes.
expense means
Then
that
we have now another code for it in the asset. You know what I'm saying? Then
Yes,
I
yes.
define it, ABCD. Now in the asset it is 1111.
No, not asset, then it will be inventory part.
No, our inventory, but
No, no, it's
how
not
you link it? You link it here.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
you link the inventory?
This is expense. Expense means that the object is not posted in the balance sheet and no depreciation will be charged.
No, this is okay, but if you have inventory item,
Okay, fine. Now,
it will
now
go to
this
the-
is
okay.
Now, these items are inventory items.
Yes.
So how I will create them in the inventory? For sure, I will make a PO, receipt, invoice, okay?
Okay.
And how I will assign the inventory item in
Right.
the asset.
Now we have the let us say we have inventory for supply, for our use, for consumption. It's available now. We have 100 mouse in the warehouse.
Yes.
You want to? I will raise I assume I need a mouse. I will make a material requisition. Approved, signed by manager, send it to warehouse. The warehouse, they will make issue based on the material requisition. It will come to me. When they issue, you will write you will put in a pre-posting the fixed assets and you can define it there. Or in the it will come to the finance, they will add it here manually. You can add it here manually. So for
And now in this case, if I will, in the material
requisition,
I will use the pre-posting and I will put the fixed asset number to link it to it.
yeah.
That means I will not use this scenario. Now I don't need to put expense or not appreciated. Understand? Now
But the
scenario
issue,
has changed
yeah,
completely.
but the issue, when you receive this, if you define it an asset, you will, if you define the asset, it will come.
Not an asset, it's a spare
Yeah,
part.
if it is not as asset, then no need to do anything in object. You cannot do
What
it.
are you saying? If we define it as an asset, what will happen?
You have to make a material requisition coming from they will issue a material requisition from the inventory to the
Material requisition
for each, for example, mouse,
because
etc.
they consider it as inventory. So when they request for
but it's not an inventory.
Yeah,
consumables,
but this consumable,
like mouse, you keep a stock of it.
You don't keep a stock.
yeah, you don't need to go to.
We have stocks for IT.
But see, the-
items like USB.
The actual
No.
Oliva.
USB is not. USB is not. USB is not.
Actually, it's a direct purchase. You want to mouse, they will just go and bring mouse from market. Yeah. Direct purchase without purchase order, I think. If you want to buy a keyboard, you can register directly from here in object.
Yeah, but there are some business unit that doesn't keep that doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So if we don't have, we need to look at so not just one business unit. We're looking at a unified
Yes.
process. Okay. First of all, why do we have to keep inventory of that? Why?
Because if the person will resign, we can track what items he's going to return, right?
And return back to the store.
No, I'm not talking about that. That one is different. I'm talking
Okay.
about original purchase of those items.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
these are consumables, the mouse and USB. We don't pay by order.
Yeah, and this is not dead stock item, I would say.
They're not stock items.
Yeah, it's not stock item.
Yes, they're not to be a stock item.
Expense.
They're not.
Like stationery, like paper also, we don't go bring by order only.
Yeah.
We have to stock it, the paper. Every time we are not buying order. Stocking 100, 200 carton of paper.
But they're not stock. They're not.
It's not raw material stock, this is
Stationery.
Yeah, this is
Stationery.
Stock because you
Also, doctor, there's spare parts. You have it in the store.
No, spare parts okay. I'm just concerned about.
like in ink also.
Yeah,
You
so
would
we
think you
have
would-
it.
you don't
Yeah,
put-
stock item. You have to maintain a stock of that. You cannot wait till the end to finish. You'll order. Because this has to be replaced immediately.
So you consider them as what?
You have to wait. You need.
Hello?
Just
We
a
are considering them as inventory. Whereby, what if there are places where they don't have them as an inventory? So they have to raise a PO directly.
yes.
Like laptops, these things we don't get invented for. This is by request only.
So we have those functionality
Yes.
instead of going to inventory, material requisition.
Yeah.
Because they're not material.
Yeah. Normally, what will happen? You order, for example, one laptop for an employee. So you will raise a BO
Yes.
with non-inventory. When it's come, it will be direct delivery to the employee. So okay, this is what will happen in real business case.
I don't know.
So you will put it in.
But if you put it non-inventory, how you will receive it? Now let's say, like this example.
Purchasing.
A laptop, the IT department will receive it.
Not
So if it is non-inventory, how
they will.
receive
Yeah.
it?
The asset.
See.
It's classified as
Yeah.
fixed asset.
Assume
How
that.
they will receive it? It is non-inventory.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, now let's say we are having a new GM. He's appointed next month. So we will receive a request. Please prepare. This is the guy will be working or start work with us 25 of August or September. Okay. So we receive it. We put it in the store.
We'll issue.
But how? But if it is non-inventory item.
No. You can issue non-inventory item.
But how do you receive?
Material acquisition.
I can receive
Yes.
non-inventory.
Yes. Material acquisition. Material acquisition. In supply chain, they should.
How will you store it? It is non-inventory.
So what we, my
Where you will put the
understanding is that
location? Where you will put the location?
Yeah. You are
What
right.
You need to put location,
You're right.
row, rack, bin. So where? So
No. If you want to receive it in inventory, you have to define a location.
yes.
That's what. But if
Now the issue.
non-inventory-
This is what I'm saying. You will make a purchase order for non-inventory part with all the specification information. Then when the buyer go and bring and buy, he will bring the invoice and he will give it to the person to IT department. This delivery is called receipt. That means Ahmad he will receive and it will be in his custody. So all this paper will come to finance. They will put this laptop now in custody of Mr. Ahmad or IT department. This is
And later we can transfer it.
yes. Then you can transfer. When you deliver, you can make move. What do you think? Yes, sir.
Yeah, خلاص, we can stop. I can put it a note and later on we can do it alone or something. But then
What is the question?
No, we have. They ask for this issue. We have one object. Okay. We will define main and child. For example, laptop. They need to define mouse.
like
accessory.
I have a printer, monitor,
So
keyboard, the mouse, USB, camera, hard disk, etc. So how we will define it? So he give us something now. The first scenario it was to be
Main-
like
child.
yeah, child and this is. But the other one is how I can tell you that some of the items we are receiving it in the inventory, like the keyboard, the mouse, the external hard disk, the monitor. So then we ask them how we will define it in the inventory as an inventory part, and then we will go here and assign it, link it in the fixed asset.
And then what you can do is you can receive it in inventory, and while issuing the material requisition, you capitalize it.
Yes.
Again.
When you issue through material requisition,
Okay.
then you capitalize it. Then you define it in the fixed asset.
That's
So
mean
it is inventory item,
if you need.
Suppose
and
you
then
have
after the material issue, I
And
will
the-
specify in the pre-post
pre-post the fixed asset
the
type.
fixed asset number.
Yes.
So it will go automatically now link or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Then
As
you
we-
mention the fixed asset number and the fixed asset account.
Then
It will go to the fixed assets.
okay, but here it will be depreciated with it.
After you issue, till you keep it in the inventory, no depreciation.
Okay, fine. But now usually for these items we don't have a depreciation. So why now let's say for the keyboard and the external hard disk.
Those is expense. I mean,
So we will define it here expense. So here now
no,
solution.
okay, there are two things. Normally a company, okay, will have a policy. Okay, if you say if it costs less than $500, okay, you will not capitalize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the keyboard and all will not come into your fixed asset register. Okay, you keep it as an what you call an inventory item, and when you issue it, you expense it.
Yes, I agree with you, but this can be done from inventory screen.
Yes.
Why we do this the same from object screen as an expense?
No, expense item, okay. Even when you expense it, okay, some companies say I want to keep the record in my fixed asset register. Okay, then you define those items as expense items. Just to in your register. Okay, there is no accounting entry.
Yeah, defining the inventory, not as a object. As a
That depends on the policy. Okay, that is inventory we looked at.
in Santura, we have received a keyboard, 100 keyboard, as an inventory item, and defined it as an inventory item. Then I issued to the finance department 5 keyboard. So I will expense this item
Yes.
and reduce my inventory.
You're right.
All of this transaction goes from the
Yes.
inventory
Yes.
module
To expense.
from expense to inventory.
Yes.
What is the relation of object here?
No, you don't. In that case, you don't need to define them as an object.
Okay.
Okay. Some companies, okay, keyboard and all small things. Some item, you know, give a say you buy a
Yani the idea from here.
you
just
buy a printer. Okay, printer might cost you less than $500, right? So as a policy, you say only above 500 only you're going to capitalize it and you're going to depreciate it. But still, from the fixed asset module, you might want to define that printer as an asset. Okay, but you don't want to depreciate or anything, just for your record keeping. Then
Then
you
you
define
select
it and then you
expense.
choose object type expense. Okay, there is no depreciation, there is no acquisition value,
So it will be expensive directly.
Yeah.
on time.
Just to keep a track of your
just to
assets.
keep it track.
So in this case, I will create the item twice. One in the inventory.
That depends on the
So depend on the item. If you purchase, for example, keyboards, 100, 200 keyboards, it must be inventory.
inventory.
But if you purchase, for example, printer and it's one printer and you need to expense it, keep it record here in the object and the expense.
Exactly.
And here, just attack it from this question, you know why? Just because in our system now we have a gap in the current one.
Okay.
In my record, it is just only there a laptop.
Hmm.
But if you go to my office, etc., you will find the monitor, the keyboard, the hard disk, the flash, the printer, okay, the mouse, everything. Fine, it's not there. So when I check just only now, if I resign or something happen, or, no one know what is asset or what is the things coming to me. Now, usually, to be fair, in the other system, or let's say even in your system, could be defined in HR.
Yeah, it is
module.
there,
Yes.
Let's say as example, so it's like
Yeah, in HR we have something called employee
like an
equipment.
exit
Facility.
form or a clearance, they call it, whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so it is coming from the employee.
Yeah,
what
it
I
is
assigned
there.
to him. But since now we have the HR out of our scope, so now I have like two systems. You know this is okay. So how I can just make sure that my finance have this tracking only. So this is the main target and
Yes.
the question, because we have a gap now currently in Orion. Okay, we cannot know it.
Mhm.
That's why. Think now from this is now how you will achieve it. I don't have a problem, but just tell me how I can get it.
Like idea, so you will define as an expense, but it depends on the effort. Like if you're going to define keyboard and the mouse here, then the administrative work will be high. Okay, so what you need to look at for the solution is you need to ask Minatech and say in the employee, give me a facility where I can link it.
You have the facility, but here it's available. You can define main, and you link all the assets related to it. But you have to think up to which level you want to track.
Exactly. I don't want to go into
Yes.
like a deep
Yeah.
details. Just in case,
Yes,
just
it's
to
available.
define, I know what asset related to him because يعني 90% the person who will resign or terminated his asset will go now to another one. So I need to make an asset transfer, whatever, from here to here. So how I can take this all component, shoot it to the other one?
See,
This is this is why I'm asking.
and you want to speak?
And now let's say Alexander, he finished, okay, but his things, okay, all the accessories, we need to give it now to the new GM. At that time, I saw the people hearing from Hakam and okay, what he's having, what is in his desk, what things we give him before, what we give him. So no one know exactly what he has.
The answer is okay. If you
This
define
is-
here, then you can define in the inventory tab a custodian.
This is this, for example, this asset, this mouse now, with Salim Ahmed. This asset, this car. Okay, say
So, okay, but now one by one here you are taking it.
yes.
I
You
mean,
have
it's not,
to- yes. For يعني أنا هذا اللابتوب بدي أحطه in custody of مع مين؟
طيب، okay.
صح؟ This is one way to track all the assets, car, laptops, etc. And you can track it also from HR. HR
لا،
when they
لا،
yeah
لا.
خلاص okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
Their role يعني.
Mm.
So you can define and you link all assets. This is the main asset which we are going to make the depreciation. Other assets, it's if you define the expense just for a track. To know this asset, this laptop has a mouse, has a keyboard, all these items is available with Ahmed. So you will just catch up.
Now,
Okay, for this one, for stock taking okay, and transferring asset from location to location.
We take it.
Yes,
We have
Transfer?
yes.
transfer that's from location to location. We have discussed.
This is yeah.
now let's take
This is-
a lunch break because the cafeteria will close.
Okay, I will show. I will.
We have discussed.
Okay.
I will show you. I will show you
That's
now.
why I
Okay.
لا, I showed. Wallah, I showed you. I already
Transfer from one
Yes.
season to another.
yeah. From inventory, right?
Yeah, you change here.
You change the site. Okay. Okay, this is the site. If you want to change from site to site,
Only that one. Change
Okay.
the site.
object physical location, change it.
And when you change the site, does it affect your P&L or, I mean, your
No,
balance
this is
sheet?
this is fixed asset site, like
I know,
meeting
I
room.
know.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any impact on the accounting.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
No,
to
no, no.
know.
There is no any financial, but the custodian from Elias to Mr. Rashid and so on.
Just right click here.
Sorry,
Right click on the inventory.
import. This is
Go to object inventory log. No, okay. Down. Yeah, then that one above.
object. Okay.
Okay. If you have a history as well here. You have a history. Suppose we go back to object, say change the custodian.
Majid. Just I want to change the custodian instead of Ahmed. I will select another one.
Yeah.
Ahmed. Okay, I change to Ahmed.
The custodian.
Save. Yeah, right click. We'll go to object inventory log. See, this is the. See, the asset was with. Yeah.
Of that movement.
based on this you can generate a report. I mean, here it logs who changed it and from what to where.
Okay. It was in with Ahmed, then we shifted to Adil. Okay, shall I stop now for this one?
I just want to try something, let's use invoice.